Hey guys, so this video is going to be on the topic of fractions and recurring decimals, but more specifically how to distinguish between recurring and terminating decimals, and if a fraction is going to have recurring decimals or terminating decimals. So let's look at recurring decimals first. Let's look at 0.3 recurring. Now when we have this dot here above the 3, it basically just means that there are an infinite series of 3's from this point onwards. If we had a number like 0.2574, the dots above the 2 and the 4, this means that these four numbers here are the recurring sequence, and these are repeated infinitely. So it's the same as saying 0.2574, 2574, 25, and then it goes on forever and ever and ever. The way you can tell if the equivalent decimal of a fraction will have recurring decimals is if the denominator, when the fraction is in its simplest form, doesn't have prime factors of only 2 or 5. For example, 1/7, but 7 is a prime number and it happens to not be 2 or 5. Therefore, the equivalent decimal is going to be a recurring decimal. The equivalent decimal is actually 0.142857. If we look at 1/35, the denominator here, 35, has prime factors of 7 and 5. But because the prime factors aren't only 2's or 5's, as there's a 7, the equivalent decimal will also be a recurring decimal. In this case, 0.02857114. Now let's look at terminating decimals. Terminating decimals are a bit more straightforward. It basically means there are no recurring units. For example, 0.2 or 0.571. Just as long as there's not an infinitely long recurrent sequence, then it's a terminating decimal. The way you know if a fraction's equivalent decimal is a terminating decimal is if you look at the denominator, let's say 1/20, the prime factors of this denominator are only made up of 2's and 5's. So in 1/20, the prime factors are 2, 2, and 5. These prime factors here are all 2's and 5's, so the equivalent decimal must therefore be a terminating decimal, which in this case is 0.05. Now I'll give you some questions you can do on your own. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to like the video and subscribe. Bye guys.